So for your top, you're going to need some yarn in 3 colors. I'm using this white, light pink, and a darker pink. A 5mm hook, a pair of scissors, a yarn needle to weave in your ends, and then if you're a beginner, I recommend using bobby pins or stitch markers to help us see our stitches a little bit better. So for reference, I made this top to fit a size 32D. To get your starting chain for the cups, you want to make a chain that's long enough to reach from the middle of your boob to the bottom. I started with 15 chains and I made 14 rows in total for the cup. If your bra size is larger, you're going to need more chains to start and more rows in total. And if it's smaller, then you'll need less chains and less rows. So getting started with the white yarn, we're going to start off by making a slip knot. Get that on your hook. So I'm going to be making this top for a bra size that's equivalent to a size 32D. So I'm going to start by chaining 14. So I have 14 chains. I'm going to chain one more. And then I'm going to start to single crochet in the second chain from the hook right here. And I'm going to go under both loops of the chain. So I'm going to continue to make one single crochet in each chain all the way down so that I have a total of 14 single crochet. So I made my 14 single crochet. Now we're going to chain one at the end and turn our work. So now we're going to start by making one single crochet in each stitch until we reach the very last stitch. So I made 13 single crochet. I have one stitch left. So in this stitch, we're going to make 3 single crochet into the very same stitch. So this is my first single crochet. I'm going to make another one into the same stitch. And then I'm going to make a third one into the same stitch. So that's 3 single crochet at the top. And if it helps, you can grab a bobby pin or a stitch marker and just place it in that middle stitch to hold your place. And now we're going to be working on this side of the chains. So going into that first chain, start to make one single crochet in each chain all the way down. Okay, so I've reached the end of this row, so this is what it should be looking like so far. So this is our centerpiece. Now, still using the white yarn, I'm just going to chain one, and I'm going to go back down this row with one single crochet in each stitch until we reach our stitch marker. So I've reached my stitch marker. That's the center stitch. So I'm going to take this out, and in that same stitch we're going to make 3 single crochet. So another 3 single crochet into that stitch. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And then you can grab your stitch marker again, and then again place it in the middle stitch, the second single crochet that you made. And then we'll finish this row by making one single crochet into every stitch. So I've reached the end of my row. So we're going to finish this off by chaining one, and then just snipping a short tail. Pull that yarn through, and now I'll show you how I like to color change. So I'm going to take my light pink yarn and make another slip knot. Get that on my hook. And then I'm going to go right where we just snipped our yarn here on the corner. We're going to attach our yarn to that first single crochet. So I'm going to push my hook through there. I'm going to grab these tail ends of my yarn because I'm going to crochet over them. So I'm going to make sure that they are at the top of my hook like this so that I can yarn over and pull my working yarn through there and then complete my single crochet. I believe this is called a standing single crochet. But then I can just lightly tug these tails and continue to make one single crochet in each stitch, crocheting over my tails. So I'm weaving in my ends as I go. And you just pinch these behind your project like this and make sure they are over your hook when you push your hook through. And just continue to make one single crochet in each stitch. You don't have to weave in your ends, but I find that it makes it a lot easier at the end, especially since we're making so many color changes. So make one single crochet in each stitch until you reach your stitch marker. So once you reach your stitch marker, we're just going to continue to do the same thing and make 3 single crochet stitches into that stitch. 1, 2, and 3. And then mark your place in that middle single crochet, the second one that you made. And then continue to make 1 single crochet in each stitch down the row. So we're going to do this with this light pink yarn for a total of 2 rows, just repeating the same steps. So remember to always make those 3 single crochet at the top where your stitch marker is. So I will meet you back here once you've done those 2 rows, and then we'll color change to our last color. So I just completed my 2 rows with the light pink yarn. I have these little tail ends sticking out here. So these I'm just going to lightly tug and snip them off. And then I'm going to stretch it back in place, and they should just spring back into the project. So from here, I'm going to color change the exact same way. So I'm going to chain 1 to secure that yarn, snip that off, pull that through, and then I'm going to grab my 3rd color. So I have my darker pink yarn here. I'm going to make a slip knot, and I'll be following the same steps. So I'll go to the corner where my yarn tail is right here. First I'll push my hook through, and then take your tail ends, your 2 baby tail ends. Where are they? Okay, I have my tail ends here. I'm just going to leave those over my hook and pinch them behind. And now from here, I can yarn over, pull that yarn through, and complete my single crochet. And now I can just tug these a little bit and continue to single crochet, weaving in those tail ends as I go. And then just repeat the same exact steps that we just did for the last 2 rows. Alright, so I just completed those 2 rows with the darker yarn. I'm going to snip my yarn. I already snipped my other yarn tails here. So I'm going to be color changing every 2 rows. So I'm going to go back to the white yarn and then continue to color change every 2 rows for a total of 14 rows. So once I do those, I'll meet you back here to show you how to connect the cups. Okay, it's a few days later. I have new nails and 2 complete cups. So I did 14 rows across, and at the end of my row, I just chained 1 and snipped the yarn. Your tails don't have to be too long, just long enough for us to weave them in, and we'll also be weaving in as we go. So at this point, you have 2 cups. I like to turn them inwards towards each other like this. You can do it this way too if you prefer. I just like the coverage that this way gives me. And you're going to turn it with the front side facing upwards. So this is the front of my top. We're going to attach our yarn down here in this bottom right corner. And you're going to use the color that you want to make your straps. So my straps are going to be in this baby pink color. So I'm going to attach it down here in the bottom right. We're going to single crochet across till we reach the top, make our strap, single crochet across the cup here, and then back across on this cup so that we connect them. Make another strap up here, and then we'll single crochet down, and then we'll fasten off in this bottom left corner. So I'm going to attach my yarn now. I'm going to grab that baby pink color, and I'm going to make a slip knot. Get that on my hook. And we're attaching in the bottom right here. So I'm going to push my hook through this corner stitch over here, and I'll be weaving in this yarn tail as I go, and I'm just going to make a standing single crochet. And I'm going to continue to make 1 single crochet in each of the spaces between the rows. So you should have 1 space between every single crochet row, and you're just going to continue to make 1 single crochet in each space until we reach the corner at the top. Okay, so I single crocheted along the bottom of that cup, and now I'm going to make my last single crochet right here in that first stitch, or I should say the last stitch that we made on the cup. Now from here, we're going to start to make the straps. So for my straps, I'm going to make 81 chains. So once you have 81 chains, we're going to start to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. And we're just going to make 1 single crochet in each chain. So at the end of our straps, we should have 80 single crochet stitches. Okay, so I'm making my last single crochet in the last chain. And then I'm going to make my next single crochet in the same stitch where we made the last single crochet. And now we're just going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way down the cup until we reach the middle stitch right here. So at the top where we made those 3 single crochet in the same stitch, just stop right before you reach that second single crochet. And I'll also be weaving in this yarn tail as we go. Okay, so I've reached my middle stitch right here. So this is the 3 single crochet we made at the top. My next stitch is the center stitch. So first I'm gonna push my hook through there, pull up a loop, and then before we complete that single crochet, I'm gonna grab my other cup and push my hook through the same middle stitch on the other cup. And then grab your working yarn and pull up another loop. So you should have 3 loops on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And now our cups are attached. So now we're just going to continue to make 1 single crochet in each of the next few stitches until we reach the corner. Okay, so I've done that row of single crochet. Your cup should start to look something like this. And now we've reached the other corner. So I'm going to do the same thing and make a chain of 81 and then single crochet down the chain. Okay, I just completed my 80 single crochet for my strap. And now we're going to end with another single crochet in that same corner stitch. And then we're going to single crochet across the bottom of the cup just like we did for the other side. So just continue to make one single crochet between every row. Okay, I've reached my very last stitch, so I'm going to end in that last stitch that we made on that cup. And then I'm just going to chain one here and snip the yarn. Okay, so this is what you should have so far. You have your two straps here at the top and your cups are connected. So now we're going to start on the bottom of the top. So first I'm going to flip this over so that the straps are on the bottom. And I'm going to take that same yarn color, the light pink that I just used. I'm going to start with another slip knot. Get that on my hook. And before I attach my yarn, I'm actually going to make a chain so that we can extend our top this way so that it can wrap around our rib cage. So this is going to be the bottom of our top. I'm just going to extend it about a couple inches, maybe about to there. So I'm going to make a chain. I'm going to start with a chain of 10. So I have my 10 chains here. Now from here, you can push your hook directly into the very last single crochet stitch that you made. So I'm going to move my tails out of the way here to the left because I'm going to be weaving all of those yarn tails in as I go. And from here, grab your working yarn and then continue to make a single crochet. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through those two loops. So we just attached our yarn with a single crochet and now we're just going to continue to make one single crochet in every stitch until we reach the center. Okay, so I've made one single crochet in each stitch across, and now I'm left with 2 stitches. My next stitch is the first of that cluster of 3 stitches at the top. So I'm just going to make one single crochet in there. And now my next stitch is the very middle stitch where we connected the 2 cups. So I'm just going to make one single crochet into the next stitch like that. And then I'm going to go directly into the next middle stitch on the other cup and just make another single crochet. And then just continue to make one single crochet in every stitch across the cup. Okay, so I've reached my last stitch on the cup. I'm going to make one single crochet into the last white stitch and then one single crochet into that first pink stitch. And now from here we want this to match the other side. So we're going to chain 10. And we're actually going to chain one more and then we're going to flip our top over so that it's facing the back side. And we're going to go back down this chain with 1 single crochet in each chain. So this is our first chain. We're going to start in the second chain from the hook, and I like to go under both loops like that. So 1 single crochet in each chain. And once you reach the end of the chain, you should have 10 single crochet stitches. So I just finished those 10 single crochet. And now I'm just going to make 1 single crochet in every stitch all the way across until I reach the other chains. So I made my single crochet along this cup, and now all that's left to do to finish this row is make our 10 single crochet in the remaining 10 chains. That first chain can be a little tricky to get into because it's most likely smaller than the other chains, but do your best and go slow with this and just push your hook under those 2 loops. And once you've completed that, you can chain 1 and snip your yarn. Okay, so this is our top so far. So it should be outlined all across and a little bit extended at the ends with the same color that you used for your straps. So now we're just going to continue to extend the bottom of our top. So I'm going to flip it over again and go back to where we started. And then I'm going to attach that darker pink color to the end right here. And I'm attaching my yarn the same way with another slip knot and a single crochet. And then I'm just going to continue to make 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way down the row, weaving in my yarn tails as I go. Okay, so I ended up doing, from the bottom of the cups, there are 12 rows in total, starting from this light pink color. So that's equivalent to about 2.5 inches. So I'm going to stop here. You can add more rows if you want it longer. But now the only thing that's left to do is to reattach my yarn. I'm going to reattach the light pink color right here in the corner. So this is the front of my top. I'm reattaching my light pink over here so that I can single crochet all around the bottom of the top. And then that's how we'll finish off, and then we'll just make the strap. So I'm going to reattach my yarn by making another slip knot. And I'm just going to slip stitch to the last pink stitch that I made over here on the side of the cup. Like that. And from here, I'm gonna continue to weave in my ends as I go. I'm gonna start by making single crochets on this side of the chains across the bottom right here. Okay, so once you've made those single crochet, In the corner stitches, whenever you reach a corner, just make 2 single crochet stitches into there. So I already made 1, so I'm going to make 1 more. And this just helps us to turn the corner so that we're working on this side of the stitches. And then when you reach the side, just make 1 single crochet between each row. So I've reached another corner space, so I made 1 single crochet into there. I'm going to make another single crochet. And now I'm working across the bottom of my top. So still weaving in my ends, I'm just going to make 1 single crochet in each stitch. Once you've single crocheted all across the bottom, make your 2 single crochets in the corner, and then just complete this side the same way we did for the other side. So 1 single crochet between each row, 2 in the corner, and then we'll finish off. So once you're done single crocheting all around, you're just going to finish this off with a slip stitch in the next stitch, chain 1, and then you can snip the yarn and weave in your ends. Okay, so the only thing left to do is make the strap for the back so that we can close this part. Okay, so to make the strap in the back is very easy. I'm just starting with a slip knot and a really long chain. So I'm going to chain 180. So I have my 180 chains, and just like we did for the straps, we're going to start to single crochet in the second chain from the hook. And you're just going to pop 1 single crochet in each chain. You could also make slip stitches instead, but I like the thicker strap, so I'm just going to continue with my single crochet all the way down the chain. So once you reach the end of your chain, you can chain 1 and snip the yarn. Now you can weave in your ends here if you'd like, but I'm just gonna double knot them. And snip them off. So now I'm going to show you how to weave this into your top. So this is the front of my top. I'm going to flip it over to the back. So this is the back of our top. I'm going to take our edges and fold them towards each other like this. So this is how it's going to wrap around our body, and this part is going to be in the back. So use your hook to help you pull your string through here. First, I'm going to go into the corner up here. I'm going to be pulling my string in between those first couple rows. So I'm just going to grab onto it and pull it through. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So I'm going to take my hook and go outwards like this. Grab my string and pull it through that little hole. Okay, so from here, I'm going to take my hook and now I'm going to go the other way. So I'm going to go in between these two pink stitches here. So go into the middle of your top from the outside going inwards like that. And then grab that string from the other side and pull that through. And then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Alright, so my top looks like this so far, and then to finish weaving this through, I'm going to push my hook through the bottom corner of each side, going outwards like this, and then just grabbing the other side just like we did for the other ones, pushing my hook through and pulling that through there. Alright, so I just weaved in my yarn tail, and this is what our top looks like when our long strap is all weaved in. So it should make like that little crisscross effect in the back. And then this is how it looks from the front. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you liked this tutorial. If you did, let me know in the comments. Let me know what other kind of tutorials you guys would like to see. If you make this, you can tag me on Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye!